Football season is back, and we're waiting for the Packers and the Denver Broncos. Hopefully, it'll be an exciting game, but I know preseason sometimes players don't go hard. Green Bay. Denver. So we have Green Bay versus Denver, and hopefully it will be an exciting game in this season of the NFL Network. Please feel free to subscribe and have a good time. Now the NFL. Can I get a like if you like the NFL? Green Bay lost their first preseason game, and the Broncos won their first preseason game. I'm curious to see how the Broncos would do. I mean, how excited will they be? Will they be able to go to the There's a lot of pressure on Jordan Love this season. He's been the quarterback for a long time. All right, all right. Game is on right now. Wow, is that a fumble right away off the back? Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Hopefully they don't cut that player because, I mean, to make it in the NFL, it's not easy. You know, first and foremost, they don't play a lot of games. So it's like the best of the very best. So, you know, if in preseason and things ain't working out well, boom, you're gone. It is tough out there. On the other game, the Jets and Pittsburgh, it's in the fourth quarter right now and it's 7-0. So it's like it's a one touchdown game so far. But preseason is extremely important because that's the time you get to really know your squad, build up some chemistry. It's like every game does matter in the NFL. It's not like these other sports like soccer and MLB where you're playing so many games. NFL, every game matters. That's one thing I like about the NFL, and that's what makes it so exciting. Not saying in other sports, other games don't matter, but I'm just saying, just given the magnitude of games, I just feel the NFL is it's in its own world right now. Yes. in its own world. Yeah. Jordan Love, there's a lot of pressure because there are a lot of good quarterbacks in the league right now. I think he's a good quarterback, but that added on pressure as well. Even for Denver, there's pressure as well. All right, was this a one-off season? Can they pick up where they left off? All those are questions that will need to be asked. They'll need to be addressed. And invest with Dennis, guys. I believe everything you do in life, whether a business or investment, if you have that physical aspect of your life going on well for you, it does help you a lot in everything that we do. That's why I invest with Dennis. It's not just a matter of talking about the stock market, prices of things going up and down, the stock you follow. It also mental health helps you make wise decisions. And mental health also helps you in picking stocks sometimes and just to be emotionally in tune with what's going on and just having a clear mind frame and a clear set of goals that you have. That's why I like sports because it helps you. Sports are physical, don't get me wrong, but it's also sports is also mental as well. There's also a mental aspect to sports a lot. NFL Network is like half screen. They have Denver one game on this side, and they have the other game on that side. That's pretty cool. That's nice. That's beautiful. Yeah, NFL preseason, baby. You gotta love the NFL. They don't play too many games, so every game matters. Not saying every game doesn't matter compared to other types of sport. Wow, and talking about sports, it's crazy how the valuations of these teams are just going off the roof. The NBA, the Lakers were sold for $12.5 billion a year ago. That team was sold for $10 billion. I mean, the NFL is a huge brand as well. There'll be preseason games throughout other continents as well. And I think most of this football, NFL owners, all these guys, billionaires, when they buy these teams, it's just a hedge against inflation because the values of these teams is just going off the roof right now. And but the thing about it, NFL is very different from the stock market because it's you know of or NBA. It's not everyone that can purchase a tiny percentage in a sports franchise. But it's just exciting how these billionaires are able to just generate this money. The average NBA team is $6.6 billion. All right, guys, it's still in the first quarter. The Broncos won one preseason game. Green Bay All right. I hope we get some touchdowns in this game. I'm craving for some touchdowns in this game. I think both these teams would do well this season. But my eyes on Denver. Was it just a one-off last season, or are they going to build from where they picked off? Because Denver had an exceptional season, right? They've got a great coach to start with, but are they able to pick up and just continue progressing as a team? Because sometimes you see this in the NFL. A team has one good season, and then 3, 4, 5 seasons, like what happened? What's going on? But I think this would definitely be a season to watch for both these teams. I think both of them would do exceptionally well. But there's a lot of pressure on both those teams. Especially, like I said, Jordan Love, there's a lot of pressure on him. I think he's a good quarterback, but you got to get that chip eventually. Rogers had the chip. Big Ben, Brett Favre had the chip. So let's just see what happens. But I believe the valuation of these teams, NFL teams, are crazy. The average NBA team is worth 6.6 billion, and I'm assuming the NFL is the same thing. It's a big investors league. Not everyone can just purchase a small percentage in this sports team, and not just in football. One thing that I've noticed as well, a lot of American billionaires are actually buying into soccer as well. So sports is becoming bigger and bigger everywhere. Whatever sports you think of, the investments are so huge. I wish I had money like that. But the game is on right now, and who's in possession right now? We have Green Bay's in possession of the ball right now, and we're in the first quarter. Not I feel among sports there aren't too many leagues in this world that delivers a product like the NFL. It's a limited amount of games, so like every game is like a playoff game, and there's just a huge demand for the product. Oh, Green Bay has a touchdown now. Yeah, so I just believe the NFL it's a great product, to be honest with you. It's a really really good product because there aren't too many games. You're not playing a lot of games, and when you do play the games, it's a limited amount of games. All right, it's a touchdown game. It's what 8:25 in the first quarter. 8:25 in the first quarter. Sorry, guys. Bold-headed man had to rock on the hat. You know how it is, guys. My fellow Bodies out there, you get it. You get it. So Jordan Love has 53 yards so far. Okay, not bad. 7-0 first quarter. And the Packers have. No, it's on a commercial right now. This is a huge season for both those teams. Will I think both of those teams will make the playoffs? Yes, I definitely feel they'll make the playoffs. But will both teams go to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. But I think both teams would definitely make the playoffs. Do I want both teams to do well? Yeah, I want both teams to do well. Although I'm a little bit biased, I don't want Green Bay to do that well because I'm a Viking fan. That's just my opinion. But Denver, they had an exceptional season last season. If it wasn't for that injury to the quarterback, other than that, it just had a very magnificent season. And it should be applauded for that. Definitely be applauded for that. Yeah. We've been blessed this year, guys. NFL season is about to begin. We have the World Cup. U.S. Open's about to start. MLB, the playoffs about to start. I mean, as a sports fan, guys, you gotta love this. It just keeps you excited, keeps your weekend exciting. UFC, boxing fights. This year, for the year of sports, this has been a really, really, really good year as a sports fan. It keeps me busy. It keeps me excited. It keeps me entertained. And you stay at home and spend less money out there, you know, partying and stuff. That's just how I personally feel. That's the beauty of sports. But sports is expensive as well. Like where I'm at right now in Sacramento, there's a UFC fight tomorrow. The cheapest tickets I saw were $200 to the Golden One Arena where the Sacramento Kings play. Will I be watching UFC? Yes, on TV. Yeah. But NFL, unfortunately, I've never been to an NFL game. I would love to go to an NFL. Shout out to anyone watching right now, guys. One person watching, we appreciate you. We are a small stream. But I figure out why not watch the sport with commentary. We got two people. Oh, I'm blessed. I'm so used to this sports commentary stuff. I usually talk about stocks and investments, but invest in physical sport, and NFL is a physical product, and it's a great product, guys. It's a great product. If I had tons of money, I would wish I would invest like in an NFL team, even 1% ownership in it, or 0.5% in the NFL team. If you look at that 10 years from now, oh, that's generational wealth right there. Yep. If I had a chance to do that, oh, more and more people are watching the stream. All right, in the future, I think I'll be doing more sports streaming. I just have to figure out configurations, make it exciting, and I might be the go-to guy for sports and investments. I might be the go-to guy, guys. It starts from somewhere. It really starts from somewhere. It really, really starts from somewhere. Hmm. All right, guys. And the other game as well, the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe it's a 10-point game right now. The Jets are up 10. And as far as the Jets, I'm sure they're trying to do better than they did last season. Geno Smith is back with the Jets. That's, I think, the team that originally drafted Geno. And things didn't really work out in Vegas last season. So him going back home, meaning the team that drafted him, will be curious to see how he plays. And then on the other hand, as well, with Green Bay and not Green Bay, sorry, the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. Because when I just see Aaron Rodgers' face, the first thing that comes to mind is just, I'm sorry, it's Green Bay. No disrespect to the Jets and the Steelers. I'm just so used to seeing Aaron Rodgers as a Green Bay quarterback. It's just like no disrespect to Tampa Bay, but when I think of Brady, I'm thinking New England. That's just my mind frame. There's just certain things you can't get them. Think of Brett Favre, you think of Green Bay. Although he did play for my Vikings, and we almost went to the Super Bowl. It wasn't for that bounty hunt, whatever you want to call it. But in any way, we are enjoying ourselves out here, guys. Enjoying ourselves out here, wherever part of the world where you are, where there. I hope the weather's good. I mean, Northern California, the weather was great today. I wish I would be out there throwing a football, but just got to watch it on TV. Yeah, There's nothing wrong with watching it on TV. This has been the best year for sports, guys. The World Cup, we had a very successful World Cup. The U.S. staged a very, very, very successful World Cup, and we did an amazing job. U.S. did an amazing job. Now it's back to the NFL. I'm curious, is there an NFL game in Australia this year? Because one of my best friends lives in Australia. Australia, they are huge in sports. I don't know whether they're having another NFL game in Brazil as well. I'm sure there should be one in, is it Spain? International games, Spain, England, Germany. I think there should be games there. Well, I hope the NFL can have a game in Africa, maybe Johannesburg or even Morocco. I would love to see an NFL game in Morocco. They have all the facilities. I think the NFL and Morocco should definitely partner because Morocco is closer to Europe. So in terms of flights and everything, Morocco would be a good candidate for an NFL game. Johannesburg would be a good candidate for an NFL game. Lagos, Nigeria would be a good candidate for an NFL game. The reason why I say Lagos, Nigeria would be a good candidate to watch an NFL game, there are a lot of Nigerian American NFL players, or players that have played in the NFL of Nigerian descent. So if they took a game to Nigeria, I strongly believe that game would do well. They'll definitely do well. Which other place would I think they'll be might have an NFL game? I feel Rwanda one day might have an NFL game. This is 10 years along the line because I think Africa is due of an NFL game. Uh, the stadiums and a lot of Africans have started watching football, and Asia, Japan, Tokyo would be good for one. Beijing, China would be good for an NFL game too. Um, Thailand would be good for an NFL game. How about that? Thailand, Bangkok. A lot of Americans go there. It's a tourist place. That'll be one good place to watch an NFL game. Let me think. What else? The Middle East. The Middle East might be a good place for an NFL game. Maybe Saudi Arabia might be good. Qatar might be good. All right, 7-6 right now. Denver just scored a touchdown as well. I'm just thinking about NFL scenarios because the game is growing. It's an international game. Game is growing. The Super Bowl excitement, euphoria. Friends from overseas that I never even knew watch football. They're, oh my God, I watch games. I have to wake up at 3 in the morning to watch an NFL game. I'm like, damn, that's impressive. That's really, really good. Yeah. But like I was saying, guys, if you just joined the stream, I feel Africa is due of an NFL game. They had one in Brazil, so why not? Another place would be Argentina, Buenos Aires. It's a big city. That could be good for an NFL game. Another place I think Colombia. A lot of Americans go to Colombia on vacation. I think Medellin or Bogota would be good for an NFL game. It's just you just have to look at the market. Where do a lot of Americans go? It's not even about that, but still, that would help. I would love to watch an NFL game in Colombia. I've never been there, but I would love to watch an NFL game there. Yeah, a lot of people love American sport. You know, a lot of people love football. 20 years ago, when I first started watching football, Internationally, not too many people used to talk about it, but now everyone is talking about it. I'm like, oh wow, this is a great product. The NFL does have a good product. Like I said, it's not too many games, you know, and it's one league. I mean, I know there are other leagues that, Canadian league, whatever, but the NFL as a product on its own is it's very different from like soccer, where you have La Liga, Premier League, um, you have the German league, Italian league, Portuguese league. NFL is just as a package, it's just its own. It's kind of more of like a monopoly, if you ask me. NFL is like a monopoly because it's just on a league on its own. You know, soccer, the too many leagues, too many competitions, too many games. Well, that's exciting. I'm a soccer fan too, but what the NFL is able to do is just it keeps you glued to it. It's like a Netflix series. You watch one game and you just can't wait for the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And soccer was my first love, but I have a lot of love for the NFL too. Trust me, I love sports. Period, and I appreciate athletes because it's not easy. And even those athletes that you hear a story of, oh, he's a 4.0 GPA, whatever student, is a star athlete, and at the same time, academic wise, they do pretty well. I have a lot of respect for athletes that do that because it's not easy sports and combining sports and education. But we should give America credit. America does a really good job of combining academics with education. Not so many countries do that. Let's say, for instance, soccer. In soccer, right? Um, it's either, I mean, they have academies like in Barcelona and Spain. They have soccer academies, but the emphasis is mainly sports, sports, sports. But whereas here in high school, it's sports and education. A little bit of both. You can kind of, it's more like a double major. You're majoring in sports and also majoring in education. So I don't think there's a country in the world that does a better job of marketing sports, but at the same time marketing education. Just look at how the salaries of some of these um, college football players. Like the college coaches, the salaries for the college coaches. It's crazy. It's millions and millions of dollars. It's it's just shows you the power of sports and what it has. But not to veer off from the game. It's 7-7 right now in the first quarter. The Packers. Like, whoever is watching the stream right now, guys, we appreciate you. I'm fairly new to this streaming thing. I usually talk about stocks and investments, but you can also invest in sport as well. And throughout the season, I'll be doing some analytics of the NFL. And whoever's watching right now, please feel free to check on my channel. I did an analytics of the stock market in relation to fantasy football. How you can pick stocks just like how people participate in fantasy football. That's something I'm willing to do with a couple of my friends. You pick like 5 stocks each and see how those stocks perform throughout the season, just like in the NFL, where you pick your own players and see how those perform. I believe when it comes to investments, it has to be exciting. You just can't say, oh, buy this share, buy Tesla, buy this, buy SpaceX. But if you can correlate it to sports, especially like fantasy football, that goes a long way. Yep, definitely goes a long way. So far, it's a close game. On the fourth quarter of the other game, the Jets, they are up 10 with 3:20 left in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh has not had a touchdown. All right, it's 7-7 in the first quarter of the second preseason game for both teams. Denver won their first game, and the Park Green Bay did not win their first game. So we'll see how these teams will do. Yeah. Close game. It's 7-7 in the first quarter. On the other side, the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's 17 for the Jets and 0 for Pittsburgh. Back, mind you, this is preseason, guys. Show some players get a few snaps here and there, and then boom, that's it. Get ready for the next game. It's just a matter of being patient because you don't want to get hurt during preseason. But some people are trying to make the roster as well, so you can understand the intensity of some of these games. Yep. We are 40 minutes into the stream, and it's a tie game. I've got huge expectations for both these teams come the regular season. Will they make it to the Super Bowl? I don't think both of them will. Will they have good seasons? Yes. Will they be above 500? Yes. I still believe both teams will be above 500 for the season. Yeah. And Meek McCarthy, when it comes to the Steelers, I'm really interested to see how he manages that team because that's a good franchise and he's taking over from a legend. Him himself, Mick McCarthy, he's a legend in his own way. He's won a Super Bowl before with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. But the Steelers, that's a franchise. If I was a coach, I would want to coach for great ownership. They believe in long-term investment, like long-term structure. They don't usually switch coaches like most of these other NFL teams do. But other teams that do that, you can't blame them. It's a competitive league out there, and you want to say competitive. But Pittsburgh is one team that if I was a coach, I would like to coach for that team. Structure, more time for you to build your philosophy with the team. Yes. So the first quarter has ended. It's a tie game, and we look forward to the second quarter. And there'll be some games tomorrow. There'll be some NFL games tomorrow. There'll be a bunch of games, Premier League, and all that good stuff. All right. So the Steelers and Jets game has ended. The final score is Jets 17, Steelers 0. All right. A recap of the first quarter. The Packers scored the first touchdown. It was a pass by Jordan Love. Oh, Bo Nix, I'm happy to see him back. And bam! That was nice. That was beautiful. Bo Nix again. Look at that. Nice touchdown. So both quarterbacks, and these are the starting quarterbacks, both have a touchdown. Yes, and the game is in Denver right now. So I think the second quarter will be starting soon. Actually, it has started. Gotta stay hydrated. Mind you, this is preseason. We've had, 45 views. I just want to see on average how many views I can have for like an NFL game. I'm sure once the season starts, it'll be more and more views, and just it's exciting just to talk about things you love. To be honest with you, a voice is something that you should never take for granted. Yes, we are in the second quarter right now, and Denver just scored a field goal. So it's Denver 10, Green Bay 7. Denver 10, Green Bay 7. Bo Nix had a tremendous season last season. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Can we see the progression from that quarterback spot from where he left last season? Jordan Love as well. Can we see that progression from what he's done? So it's a lot of both teams have got a lot to be proud of. To be honest with you, Green Bay and Denver have a lot to be proud of in terms of the coaches that they have and the personnel that they have, and both of them will be looking to make a difference in the playoffs. And I believe, like I said, they are both 500 teams. Yes. So Denver has the ball in possession right now. It's Q2, and NFL is back preseason, baby. You know, it's not. They ain't too many products like the NFL. It's exciting from start to finish. Even preseason, you're excited. Fantasy football. It's exciting. Hopefully, I take part in some of this fantasy stuff as well. Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down. You gotta love NFL refs. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down. They'll bring that level of excitement to the game too. How do you respond to this? NBA season will start pretty soon. What, October? Yeah, in what, five, 5 weeks or a month from now? And in other news, Bitcoin. There was an NFL player that took his paycheck in Bitcoin. Oh, Tyrod Taylor is a backup quarterback for Green Bay. Tyrod Taylor is a good quarterback to have as a backup in Green Bay. He's a good quarterback. He's been in the league for a long time. He's a veteran quarterback. Because you just never know with football. Anything can happen. Your starting quarterback can get hurt. So you want to make sure your backup is someone pretty much decent. It's a tie game. It's a tie game. Green Bay have scored a field goal to tie the game. It's 10-10. 10-10. 10-10. 10-10. And I believe this is the last NFL game for today. I mean, it is 10 p.m. in the East Coast. It's 7 p.m. out here in the West Coast. So it is. It's exciting. Dude, my hat. I'm sweating already, dude. Damn. Wow. Ain't easy being a Bodie. I am sweating already. Oh, well, this is proving to be a closer game, a tight game as compared to the Jets and the Steelers. Both teams have scored a touchdown. Both starting quarterbacks have thrown for a touchdown, and both teams have scored a field goal. News out of the NBA: DeMar DeRozan has agreed with Denver on a 1 year, $3.9 million deal. I think that would be great for DeRozan. That's a championship caliber team. You know, and Denver would need a little bit of offense to help Jokic. So for him, talking about the NBA, and then the Broncos are playing right now. It's funny. It's still a close game. It's a tie game, but it's preseason. But it doesn't matter. It's preparation for the regular season. Yeah, who are the favorites to win the NFL this season? You can't count out Seattle for what they did. You can't count out the Bills, Josh Allen. I'm curious to see how the Broncos do with Joe Burrow back and healthy. I'm curious to see how Mahomes will do coming back as well. And of course, the Baltimore Ravens. You see how Lamar Jackson would do. There's a lot of pressure on Lamar too. Other people have done it. There's a lot of pressure on Lamar as well to get the big one. Who else has a lot of pressure? I'm curious to see how the Chicago Bears would do with Caleb. I'm curious to see how Washington would do. Their season didn't work out as playing the Commanders. It's a lot of teams as well. I'm curious to see how the Rams will do as well. Yeah. I'm curious to see how all these teams will do. It's still a tie game, and it's a very, very interesting game. We'll see how that game plays out. It's the last game of the day today. I expect both of these teams to be 500 at the end of the season. I'm expecting both teams to make the playoffs. Will they win? Oh, big, big one. Only time will tell. Yeah, both teams are playing pretty well. A lot of intensity, and yeah. Oh, jeez. Oof. All right. Set a one going, 1 yard line, and that's one thing Denver was good at last season. They really, really, really had a good defense. That defense was exceptional last season, and to win the Super Bowl, you need a good defense. You need a good defense to win a Super Bowl. Offense is extremely important, but you got to have that D on lock. It is second and goal. Green Bay still has possession, and I'm sure this is a good time for them to practice some trick moves and all that. Yeah, yep, yeah. I said the Broncos have some good defense. Yep, they have some good defense. Oh, they just scored a touchdown. Green Bay just scored a touchdown. That should do instant replay. Oh yeah, it is a touchdown. So Denver's up 6 points. It's a touchdown. We are getting close to halftime, and it's been a more exciting game than the Jets and the Steelers. Gotta love sports analytics. Definitely gotta love that. I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible, but it's hard sometimes. We get carried away. Denver, yeah, I've been to Denver. I've been to Wisconsin, but I haven't been to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Those are beautiful places, though. What's the weather in Denver right now? Denver weather. Well, it is hot. It's 83 degrees in Denver. When I think Denver, I think cold. It's a beautiful city, lots of opportunities. All right, guys, we have less than 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Jordan Lab has 53 yards. I think it's more than that. Yeah, like I was saying earlier on, Africa's due an NFL game. Africa's due an NFL game. Yeah, somewhere in Morocco. People would love that. Oh, another place I would be good is Accra, Ghana. A lot of Americans in Ghana. That would be beautiful too. NFL game in Lagos, Nigeria. In the future, that'll be fun. We have games. We've had one in Brazil. One in Argentina would be nice too. Those are my thoughts. That's my thought process. This is our second NFL stream analysis ever. The first one was early on. It wasn't that long, but this one is slightly longer than the first one. And, we'll get better with time. Denver has the ball right now. Can they tie the game before halftime? We got 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Remember, 4 quarters in the NFL. Gonna wait till halftime. Coney Surgeon, y'all. Bitcoin is surging, yo. All right, we've been streaming for like an hour, 22 minutes. Second, I love it. 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 Premiere. Oh wow, Man United is playing at 4:30. Wow, that is an early game. I would definitely be asleep by then. 4:30. Hopefully United can get the win. That's how you start a season. You start a season by playing well. All right, guys, this is Invest with Dennis channel, guys. Thank you for everyone that watched the stream. Peace and blessings to everyone, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Ciao.